Hey everybody, here are some really cool things you can do in the Game of Thrones mod with submods. I included all my submods in the community tab and also in the description of this video. But I'm here to show you guys what you can do in the Game of Thrones mod here. Let's say you want to create your own character. You don't want to do an exile, you don't want to play a previous house, you don't want to play as Tywin, you don't want to play as Hoster, you don't want to play as Jon, Eddard, the Targaryens. Say you want somebody yourself. I don't know, maybe you want to create somebody that is new to the Game of Thrones. Well, you can always create a new character, and there is cool things you can do as well when you create your own custom character. Let's say we want him to be part of the Lake Town. The Good Brooks, huh? You don't want to be the Good Brooks, you want to be somebody else. Well, let's say we want to be the, I don't know, George Martin of Never Finish a Book Dynasty over here, huh? You want to be you want to do what you gotta do. So you want to play as these guys. Let's say you have your puppet master. You're very ruthless and lazy. So let's say you want to do something like that. You can go ahead and finish your character like that, and go ahead and start. So it gives you this Dynasty is Born symbol like this. Greetings, my lord. Citadel has once received me. And you say, I have no time for Maester's books. You don't get the Dynasty is Born of it. You get to purely do everything your own. You don't get to create a story that you did. So you can certainly, what do you wish to know? Dynasty is Born. You can talk about your soldiers. Learned secrets. This will get Blackmailer, which would make people not really like you very much. Minus 15 journal opinions. All based on your stats that you created. So you wanted to be a soldier, you got good deeds, people end up liking you. Not liking you so much because you're just an up-jump guy. So you have a friend, you're gonna have a lover with you. There, you just gained a lover, 72 years old. You just grew up with. And then you can say, please begin my house, or please stay as my maester. Usually, I'd probably keep the guy as a maester. And then you're free to go. You can do whatever you want over here. You're a seducer and a torturer here. So they give you, if you make an older character, they give you stuff like that. Now let's see what it'd be like if you want to play as a house that's already established. So say you want to create, I don't know, House Bloodraven, because you have a, was it Blackstripe? This is I think this is a new inclusion here for the submod. So say you want new people. So you want to create your own dynasty here. You give yourself a new trait here called, I believe it's part of it's part of the other traits. Okay, another trait, House Customizer. Done. And then you can name him, I don't know, Larry. Larry Gitagar. But your name usually changes. So, House Customizer. Starting as a bastard will result in creation of a cadet house of your dynasty after you have children. So you'll have a cadet branch. So say you want to play as an extinct house, someone who's not around anymore. The North has several characters: Amber, Greenwood, Frost, Greystark, Woodfoot. Greystark is a pretty cool one. The Riverlands has Fisher, Haraway, Justman, Paris, Teague, Towers of Harrenhal. The Vale has Shell and Brightstone. The Crownlands. Crownlands usually, if you want to find all of the Targaryen type dynasties, you can find them in the Crownlands house. Blackfire, Bloodraven, Bittersteel, Seastar, Darkland. We also got the Stormlands here. Durandon, that's all they really got. Dorne, you get Dryland. Don't really know who those people are. The Reach has Gardeners, who were wiped out by the Targaryens. The Westerlings have the Casterly, the Perrin, or the Rains. Everybody knows the Rains. And then we got the Iron Islands, Grey Iron, or Horay. Go back, and you want to play as an alive house. Now, how do I play as someone who's an alive house? Well, let's say I'm a secret Targaryen. You right click, and then you go to 5 more here. You go to join their house. Just like that. You say I am their sibling, or I want to play as their relative. Aegon will be my father, or The Aegon the Fifth will be my father. So you play as a secret son as Aegon the Fifth, which doesn't really make any sense. But I could play as the sibling to the Mad King. Boom. I am Larry Targaryen of the Mad King's line. You could just change the entire way everything is formed here. Now, who's really interesting to play that's not among these major lords here? Let's find out. Alright, so you don't want to play as Larry anymore, but you don't want to play as bigger houses. Well, with my submods, you can play as very interesting houses, and they get more minor flavors as well. So, we could even play in the Stepstones. Bloodstone, Kaharis, that one's interesting. And look, we even have the Bitter Steels here. Now, it might be a little funky. Sometimes the Stepstones, the way they inherit is kind of strange. But you can play as a Bitter Steel. Another interesting one are the Danes of Starfall. They are really interesting. They have a sword that could end up being the real Lightbringer. You could have the Arbor. Arbor is a really fun place to play as. You could end up becoming some sort of pirate, Ironborn mix over here in the Reach, and you could just end up taking Old Town and end up basically dominating the money, and you could play very, very tall here in the Arbor. Very fun. Another interesting one for me was over here with the Dondarrions. Dondarrions are a very fun house you can do. You can create the High Lordship of the Dornish Marches. They have a really interesting house family here. They're really situated to become Lords of Stormlands if the Baratheons fail as well. The Valerians are a very interesting house as well. They are another High Valyrian people along with the Celtigars, but I think they became Westerosi Valyrian. But the Valerian tribe, their family has always tried to become more than what they are. They've had travels across Essos. When Essos is created, I'm sure that their travel over here would be a lot of fun. The Royces are a very interesting family here as well. They have bronze armor. They're more like the First Men here. So if you wanted, you could do the Runestone Knights, where you become a mix of Old God Faith and Faith of the Seven as well. You could also do things that are interesting with the ruins. You can mess with Old Wick, make House Drum families here and become the unifier of the Iron Islands. You can upgrade and build up the ruins of Castamere, which is one of my submods that you can do here, and it'll actually show up a big tower and everything. It's really cool. Harrenhal, all my submods, including the runes submods. If you don't know how to do runes, I'll add a video here in the top right. Every rune that you add with the submod that I have it creates a new building type. Harrenhal gets huge. Old Stones gets bigger. We get Old Stones right over there. You see towers showing up. Summerhall will have towers showing up. This is the First Men. They even added a new thing here for the Fist of the First Men somewhere over here. It's a giant fist in the air. It's very neat. Ah, there it is. So they added the Fist of the First Men. A lot of cool things there. Thyns are a very interesting house to play as well. So, those are just things you could do. Little tutorial, little adding to the flavor of the game that you could do. So I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see ya in my series of videos.